Hi, welcome to Mikey's Video Game Madness. Today we're playing Enemy Front on the PlayStation 3. This was a World War II first-person shooter that's been in development for quite some time, and it finally came out today on June 10th, 2014. This was originally, I think I remember reading about it either in 2011 or 2012. This was originally partially produced by the same developer that made the Black game, which was awesome, and this was supposed to be like a spiritual successor or whatever, and for whatever reason he dropped out, and I think that this game has changed direction since then. When he originally started developing the game and talking about it, he was talking about that it was going to be kind of like Black, where you're kind of like Rambo and World War II, where you have like a bunch of guns and explosions and it's action packed, and I'm getting the impression that this is more stealth based. But I've only played this game for maybe about 15 minutes just to get an idea how it worked before I filmed this video, so I don't have a major and like opinion about this, so this isn't a review. This is just like first impression kind of video, like most of my videos, unless I say otherwise. One thing I don't like right off the bat that I will point out, and it's a pet peeve with a lot of games, even good games, I don't like it when they give you one layout and you can't select it. Like, even PlayStation 2 games, like I keep on bringing up Return to Castle Wolfenstein, you could take all your actions and select what button you wanted, whatever button, like whatever action you wanted it to do. I probably need to word that better. You could pick an action and map a button to it. They're like, this is your layout, you're stuck with it, and there's nothing you can do about it. Also, I'll have to say the controls are somewhat sensitive in this game, maybe at least to me, but I almost turned the look sensitivity all the way down. One few things that you can do is actually invert your axis, so that's good. If you have a PC that's capable enough to run this, I might suggest that, because I think this is at least the PlayStation 3 version. I've not played the 360 version. I think this is pushing the game console a little bit more, and I feel like the frame rate might dip below 30 frames per second every once in a while, which isn't really good for a responsive first-person shooter, which I haven't played multiplayer, but I could see that coming up as a problem later on. But without further ado, let's get started. I'm sure you don't want to see the menu screen. We're just gonna start a new game. Yeah, I guess it's okay. I lost my progress. I'm gonna play on medium. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe that's why it feels like it's more stealth based. I don't know. I'm gonna try to skip the cutscenes. So basically, you play as an American journalist that's documenting battles, but then he's part of the battle, at least it seems that way. I don't know, it's really early in the game, but at first it looks like he's reading from like a notebook of like people's stories that he's written down and what they went through. But then at least this first part of the game, it seems like you're playing as the actual journalist. It's still loading for some reason. Well, it looks good anyway. This runs on the CryEngine 3, but I don't think it was optimized very well for this game. This game seemed like it dropped off the face of the earth. I was almost willing to bet money that this game was canceled, and then like maybe like a month or two ago, all of a sudden it came out of the blue after years, and they're like, oh, it's coming out in 2 months. So all of a sudden it's like they wanted to get it out in the open. I'm glad they finally released it so I can see what it looked like. It's kind of like an Alien Colonial Marines deal, where I thought that game was canceled too, and all of a sudden out of the blue it's coming out. We don't want to watch the cutscenes. Skip cinematic. That way you can play it for yourself. I'm gonna take a sip of soda. That's why I'm pausing. Don't freak out. Your stream didn't jam up or whatever. Alright, so right here it's pretty responsive, but like when it saves and stuff, or it's loaded into a bigger section, it feels like the frame rate lowers. I was gonna blame it on playing Wolfenstein, which runs at 30 frames per second, but I don't think that's the case, because I was playing a game on the PlayStation 3 not too long ago that ran on 30 frames per second, and I didn't really notice a difference. My laptop is super loud. Hold on. I didn't know if the microphone was going to pick it up. The controls aren't as good as I would like them to be. They don't have the fluidity of the average first-person shooter on the PlayStation 3. It's kind of loose, kind of like Crysis. That just might be a characteristic of the engine running on the PlayStation 3. That's the first time I ever died on this actual level. I'm telling you, commentary and playing a game at the same time could be tough. I don't need to see the scene again. So we have BAR, a Brown automatic rifle, which is nice. One of the things I missed when I was playing Wolfenstein: The New Order, when you were playing the levels in the 40s, you didn't have actual World War II weapons like you did in Wolfenstein 2009. I mean, I could understand the Germans had advanced weapons, but it was weird for the Americans to have like made up weapons. I don't know if they had to license them or not, and that's why they couldn't have them. In this game, you seem to be able to pick one weapon in the beginning, and you're kind of stuck with it unless you like find one laying down. But it's not like in most other first-person shooters where you can just pick up whatever weapon you find out. You like pick up off of the soldier. I really need to pay attention to this game. Like when I played this before I did this video, I beat this level without any trouble. But I also can't hear. There's one point of this level where you have to go to like a guy over there. He's like calling you or whatever. I don't like how you get one layout because I don't like using the trigger buttons on the PlayStation 3. I don't like the way they feel. I rather use like the L1 and R1 buttons for shooting. I wonder if you can use a PlayStation 4 controller. That might improve the experience a little bit for me. I definitely think this game needs to be patched somewhat. I think there's some performance issues. This wasn't a full-priced game, so maybe they feel like they didn't have to put as much work into it because it was a lower priced game. I don't know. There's a lot of development time on this game, and I'm just surprised it doesn't have as much polish as I would like. Gosh dang it. I swear I don't suck this bad. I'm also playing this sitting on the floor, so I don't have that advantage of sitting in my normal spot. I have to sit on the floor so I can be close to the microphone. I think this game has recharging health. I think that red thing on your little HUD is when you're detected. I'm not exactly sure, but that's my assumption. Remember the good old days when games had thick manuals to tell you all that stuff? It comes with a manual, but I think it's like 3 pages long, and it's probably like in 3 different languages. It probably just has legal jargon in it. I think I'll be happy with this game once I play it. It's just not the game that I envisioned it to be when they first announced it and described how it was going to be. It's definitely not black in World War II. I'm having trouble seeing from the angle I'm at is part of my problem. And I can't hear because I don't want the microphone to pick up everything. But I might have to turn the sound up a little bit. It's shocking. Like when the first time I played this, it was on the same difficulty setting and everything. Like I didn't die once. On this level at least. Controls are sort of sensitive and floaty even when you set them to low. But I think that might partially be due to the frame rate. The graphics do look nice though for a PlayStation 3 title. I mean, you definitely tell it runs on the Crysis engine. The red parts of the screen when you get shot are kind of more faded than usual, and I'm colorblind, so until like the color desaturates, which is usually right about before you're about to die, I really can't tell that I'm being shot all that well. Oh, he's calling me. I didn't even hear him. Maybe that's my problem. I didn't hear him before. I knew eventually you'd have to go down here. Here's your little Call of Duty fall down and get picked up moment. I'm glad to see some World War II shooters coming out though. I missed them. When I first tried to play this, I thought that was a gun I could pick up, and then he grabbed it, and then I was bummed. I'm sure this game looks really good on PC, since it's the Crysis engine. You probably could get a nice frame rate on it. But as many times as you can get shot before you die, there's not that many times, so I can't see this being the game that they originally said, where it was going to be this action-packed game. You get all these weapons and switch all the time. Like usually you get one weapon, you're stuck with it unless you find a rifle like leaning against a table or something. That's good. So I think whenever that producer quit working on the game, I don't know whether he got fired or he just left or whatever. I didn't go in that much detail. I think they changed direction. The lighting of that lantern looks really good, I will say.
You're late. The Germans aren't on our timetable. Better late than not at all. Policy of your President Roosevelt, I believe. Okay. We are taking St. Cross Church. We will take the natives by
Like if I just tap left, it's like he's on ice or something. He kind of slides even when I let go.
I have another job for him. We need at least 2
Reminds me when you play old 2D Mario games and
That tunnel will bring you close
you're
to
walking
the
on the ice.
while this route is the quickest to the station. Get some new gear from Kowalski over the
I don't know if that's on purpose or that's due to the frame rate. But I do feel like there are some frame rate issues where it dips under 30. When it dips under 30 in a game, the PlayStation 2 is infamous for first-person shooters. I mean, you may not think it, but this engine is pretty graphic intensive with all the different effects and stuff that it is pushing. But when a game dips below 30 frames per second, there's noticeable lag. Well, since you're trying to make me be all stealthy and stuff, even though that's not a stealthy gun, but I can at least shoot it from far away. See, most World War II games, even the more realistic ones like Brothers in Arms, you can still take weapons off of the enemy. Maybe I haven't reached that part of the game, I don't know. Like I said, this is more or less a first impression. I definitely want to like the game and play it and stuff like that because I bought it, so I'm not picking on it. I'm not trying to be a jaded, picky gamer or whatever. I was really looking forward to this game, and I hope with time it gets better, because I definitely see the potential. Now I can switch to weapons. Was the thing glitching before? You only can hold one weapon at a time though. I didn't have that option when I first played it. That's odd. I wonder if that happens all the time or is it just that part. Before I would walk over an enemy and I couldn't pick up a gun. This game just came out today. I would not be surprised if they patched it. The frame rate's not really bad here per se. I don't know how to explain it. It just feels like there's somewhat shit. Here there I go talking, not paying attention. Also can't hear enemies all that well. Because if I put the TV up loud, then you'll hear that instead of me talking. And I know you want to hear me talking more. It seems like when it starts to load up a bigger area, like the frame rate will like stop for like 1 second. You have that rock throwing ability like you do in Far Cry 3 and Sniper Elite, which I did pre-order. I pre-ordered the collector's edition. Why, I have no idea. I might change it. It comes with like a pack of cards and a laser pointer for reasons unknown. But it was like $10 more. So I'm like, whatever. I just shot him in the crotch. So this game seems to have little open sandbox levels. That was promised when they first announced the game. There's a lot of bushes and foliage and stuff here where you can hide behind, which is cool. It makes it a little bit more difficult for someone like me to see because I'm red and green colorblind, but it's still cool. So I'm taking a different approach than I did last time because I don't remember any of this. So I guess it's like not like Crisis 1 where it's a huge open world all the time for the most part, but it does remind me of Crisis 2 where there's just like open world sections. Wolfenstein was kind of like that. Wolfenstein did. If you're gonna pick a first person shooter and you only have enough money for one game, get Wolfenstein. I mean, there's no getting around it. But This game makes me want to keep on playing it, so that's a good sign, despite some of its issues that I have with it. Sometimes I just gotta play a game for a while. You gotta get used to its nuances, because even if it has a low frame rate, as long as it's playable, I can adapt. And I can't see shit, and they're probably shooting at me through those bushes. There's somebody apparently on my map, if I can see right. Is he up there? Where am I being shot from? I'm so fucking blind. Oh, there he is. I had to see some movement. You can see how good I'm at of multiplayer games that have a lot of bushes. I actually am not that bad at games like, say, Battlefield. Can't see shit. The game is smart for hiding from somebody with me not being able to see that well. I wish you could switch your pistol with the MP40. I think the MP40 would be kind of useless in this level because everything's sort of far away. I don't remember going this way. Unless my memory's like really bad. I played this like a half an hour ago for like 15 minutes, and I went to go eat dinner. Now I'm back at it again. So, I don't know. I think I'm going a different way, which is cool if that's the case. But it's probably more in my mind. See, I don't know if you picked it up because the streaming rate, but the frame rate kind of jutted right there. But I think it's because it saved the game. Hold to take. So there's secrets to be found. I don't think I've unlocked one trophy in this game. I did finish this level, and that's where I left off. How did you guys not hear that? Whatever. If I can shoot you with the pistol, I'm not gonna waste my rifle on you. No, I probably should waste my rifle. Gonna drop dead on me. Yeah, before I don't remember walking over enemies and having the gun show. Unless I just didn't walk over the right spot. Maybe it's certain enemies, I don't know. No, I don't remember getting that option before. That makes me like the game a little bit more now that I know you can take the enemy's weapons. I'm not insane or anything. Like, I wonder if the game like saved at like some awkward point that like took that feature away. I don't know. I know I'm being shot at from around there, and I still can't see shit. As far as I know, you don't have a pair of binoculars. There's a texture with a little bit to be desired with, but you know, with all the shit and grass and everything going on, it still looks like a fine game. And this is kind of a budget title, so you know, it's not like it's like $40 for a brand new game, and it has the production values of like a full price game despite a few issues. But I mean, there's a lot of full price games that have a lot of issues worse than this, so you know, so far it seems like a good deal. I mean, it's not the best game I've ever played in my entire life, but it's most certainly not the worst, and hopefully this game will get better the more I play it. I just got to get used to the nuances and stuff with it, adapt to the frame rate that I'm not used to. Yeah, like none of this shit happened when I first played. I didn't go into this slow motion, mode when I first played, even though I failed at that, but it didn't do that the last time I played. Huh, I wonder if this game changes every time you play it, or I just went a different way. Yeah, there was like no breach mode the last time I played it. This is a lot harder to do with the controls, so I will say that. Stay down. Hide behind that table, jack off. I'm feeling like I've seen stuff that I haven't seen the first time. That might be part of the sandbox nature of this game, which is really cool. See, kids, don't write off a game yet until you at least play a few hours or so of it, because you might miss out on some shit. Alright. I feel like he's trying to shoot me through the wall. I wish I had some grenades. I don't think I have any. I do! Oh my gosh, that's great. How big are their explosions? Satisfying. Nice smoke. And I have a BAR for some reason. I don't even remember picking that up. I probably did it by accident. This is completely different than the first time I played it. This is so bizarre. The map must have been way bigger than I thought it was. That's really cool. Because I did not see any of this. Before I don't even know how to explain it. I'm gonna say I was in this area with shrubbery, but yeah, that's gonna really explain to you where I was and what I did in meticulous detail. BAR is actually a World War I weapon that they used in World War II, so I guess it's appropriate that it's in this setting. I believe this game takes place actually before the war, when the Nazis took over Poland, but it says go all across Europe and stuff, so I don't know where this game's gonna go. And he had like a diary of all this shit happening, so maybe it'll have more stuff. I don't know. There's not a lot of information for the final product of this game online. Most of the articles that you read online are based on when this game was like first announced. Only 20 bullets left in this thing. Don't shoot him. Let me fire, for crying out loud. Alright. The priest was killed. I can't help that that gun apparently avoided you. The crosshairs are right on your damn head. Might as well use a damn gun this time. Or, oh, I gotta do all this over again? Whatever. I'll kill you guys all again if you don't kill me. Shit, this is my cue to run. I'm not too good at the breaching part with these controls. It's not like Call of Duty or most games where if you're in the general vicinity and if your crosshairs are in the general vicinity and you can just like aim and it'll snap to the other character. I realize I rely on that too heavy. I especially realize that when I play first person games on the PlayStation 2 and they don't have all the features that we're used to now. I don't know what I shot. I saw an explosion. Alright. I'm starting to really dig this game now. Via video, you got to see me get into it. I didn't have that much of a fun experience that I did this time. And you guys don't seem completely retarded either. Alright, give me some of those bullets. You guys probably know, but I don't know where I picked up that BAR. Could use it though. Although this is probably better because it doesn't waste as many bullets. It's probably a little bit more accurate too. Didn't help me though, obviously. But that's because I'm running my mouth. So don't give me tips how to beat this game. I want to find it on my own. I feel like when it goes in the breach-in mode, like it doesn't give you like immediate time to respond. Like when you finally get like the controls. When you finally get the controls or whatever. Shit. Like it's been a few seconds, which makes it harder to do that spontaneous breach. I want to finish this level because I got to use the bathroom. I should have planned this out better. That might be one of the reasons why I'm not playing as good beside the commentary. Any excuse I can possibly come up with besides just sucking at a game, you know, I will try. You know what? I'm digging this game. I'm wondering if the game was glitching when the first time I played it. It just feels like there's more stuff going on the second time I played it. Because I had a mission saved and you saw I said start a new game instead of continue. I'm glad I did that, actually. If there's different ways to finish this level and different areas to go to, that would add a lot of replay value. Kind of like how Wolfenstein has, which is really cool. I mean, this is no Wolfenstein. Wolfenstein's one of the best, if not the best game to come out this year so far anyway. I'm not gonna say it's the best game of the year because it's only June, but it's definitely gonna be up there on the top list if I made a list. I probably won't make a list. Maybe I will, I don't know. Next year's 6 months from now. I don't even know if I'll still be alive by then. Who knows what's gonna happen by next year. But if I am, maybe I'll make a list. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I probably should focus on the game instead of focusing on whether I'll make a top games of the year list or not. I was thinking about doing an E3 video, but everybody's doing that, and honestly, most of the games that were announced, most people already know about, and you can just look them up and talk about them. I've already mostly said the games I'm looking forward to. The only game I saw at E3 that looked really cool that I didn't know about was No Man's Land. I'm curious about that game. That game looked kind of cool. It didn't look kind of cool. It looked cool because you could fly a spaceship and then go into space, and all the planets are randomly generated, so it's different every time, like actual universe. The developer said he doesn't even know what's in it. Only thing leads me to think is, does that mean the planets change every time? So if you go and play the game again, you're gonna be in a different planet. That mist? You gotta be kidding me. Alright, I don't want to waste any more of your guys' time. I like this game so far. The first playthrough I had, I've already mentioned some problems. Some of the problems, like the frame rate, still persist, but you know, with picking up weapons, it's weird. The first time I couldn't pick up weapons off of the enemy. I don't know why. Maybe the game realizes I suck this time and it's catering to me more. I don't know. And then this time I played it, I went through a completely different path, which I never saw before, even though I beat and finished this level. I mean, this game's harder because I'm talking at the same time, but if you can focus, it seems to be a decently paced game. And on difficulty wise, I'm just sucking because I'm talking. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, could you please click the thumbs up button and leave a comment, positive or negative, if you wouldn't mind. Just don't be a dickhead. And if you like this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, you should subscribe. There's plenty of videos of me rambling like this all the time. Enemy Front on the PlayStation 3. I haven't played on other systems. I assume the quality's as good or maybe better. I don't know. I have a hard time seeing that they would have like a super shitty version on the other ones that be like even worse than this, so it's either the same or better on the other systems, I'm sure. But yeah, I like this so far. A budget title, one of the few World War II first person shooter titles out there, aside Wolfenstein. Like, as I said, if you have the money, only enough money to buy one game, of course buy Wolfenstein. But if you have some extra money and you already have that game and you want to play another one, this is a budget title, around $40 for the standard edition. I would definitely think about picking this up if you like World War II first person shooters. I mean, it seems pretty cool, and I like the sandbox design. This is my first impressions. This isn't a video. I mean, there could be something really cool in the middle of the game, or this game could be a complete turd in the middle. I don't know. But from the first hour of gameplay with my first gameplay experience and this gameplay experience combined, which were very different experiences, I like this game so far. You just got to get used to kind of wonky frame rate, at least on PlayStation 3. At least it feels wonky. I don't know. But anyway, just play it for yourself if you have the opportunity. Alright, thank you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.